Well, welcome to Thursday's Northern Exposure, and I'm delighted to say we're joined by Rob Woodward. Rob, you've just completed the 100-day review. An exciting time for STV?
Oh, definitely an exciting time. Good prospects for the future. What I see, STV is a kind of, there's a huge power in the brand that's just kind of waiting to be unlocked. And part of the 100-day plan is kind of coming out with a very sensible series of kind of logical steps by which we're going to transform the company.
What can people who are watching this at home think? I mean, is there an exciting future for our viewers? Are they going to learn more and benefit more from these changes?
Well, I think, one of the important components of the turnaround is the position of content, and particularly local content. How do we serve local audiences? We call it kind of putting the S back into ITV.
There's a lot that's happened already in the last 12 months for viewers to get used to. There's been changes. Bill, don't worry, I'll help with the door there. There we are. A lot's changed. The on-screen branding has changed, particularly in the north of Scotland. But people seem to have absorbed these changes and embraced them. What kind of things can the viewers expect to see in terms of the online provision, the way that we expand into other sort of emerging technologies?
Well, I think there has to be a much better linkage between what we're showing on our terrestrial channel and what's happening online. And at the moment, there isn't really that connectivity. Sometimes we get it right. So, for example, the recent Loch Ness story. I think there was a really good linkage between what the viewers saw on screen and then what they saw in their thousands and online.
It really shows, I think, if you get the right kind of story that can really engage with the viewers, then people will come. You're doing really well, Bill. This walking backwards thing. Usually it's me that's walking backwards in the blog today, but we're making Bill work for his money today. Well, Rob, we'll let you get on to your train back to Glasgow.
Much.
Thanks very much for joining us on Northern Exposure.
My pleasure.
And have a safe trip.
Okay,
thank you.
Good stuff.
We'll pick you up in part 2. Thanks, Bill. You're right. The bruises in the back of your head, not too bad.
Well, I would like to do something this morning, so I'm pretty flexible. I should come in from now until
Well, we've not seen her since the very first Northern Exposure, but I thought it was only fair to bump into our top business correspondent because she's wearing my favourite colour, red. Up the Dons, Cheryl, up the Dons. Yesterday, today, dominated by politics, but is there something as an antidote to that?
Yes, and it's postal chaos. Postal chaos across the country. I'm dressed actually very appropriately in red, like a pillar box. I will be standing by a pillar box probably tonight, talking about disruption to postal services because the workers are out on a 24-hour strike starting at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Now, we've known about this for a long time, but is there a surprise, if you like, that it actually has come to a strike action?
I think so, but if you look at the background to it, the two sides have been so entrenched. They've been fighting over this now for several months. It probably goes back beyond that. And there was a meeting held yesterday, and again the workers came out and said there was nothing new on the table. The Royal Mail say they absolutely cannot afford any more money. So this is why we're in this situation. So it's going to be a really busy day for me.
Finally, Cheryl, I think one of the difficulties I always imagine is that how do you show a strike when it's not actually happened yet? How will you be covering the story? So what sort of pictures and locations will you be using?
Blimey, look, it's only 12:15. Give me a break. I haven't decided yet. No. I've had 3 cups of coffee. I'm on the case. No, it'll be fine. We'll be using quite a lot of graphics input. So Ali, which you've probably met at some point, through the backing graphics is beavering away as we speak with shots of letters coming out of letterboxes, parcels going into conveyor belts. So all of that will work. And yes, of course, we'll be previewing it. So we will be speaking to postal workers ahead of that as well. And then, of course, tomorrow I probably will be standing on a picket line somewhere.
Not supporting, but reporting.
Of course, reporting. Totally neutrally, not supporting, and let's hope it doesn't rain.
I'm hopeful of that for you as well. Thank you very much, Cheryl. Well, that's all going to be in North tonight at 6 o'clock tonight. Do tune in and enjoy it there. And if there's any comments you want to make on Northern Exposure or any of the other things that you've seen either online or on screen on STV, then just log on to the forums and let us know, and we'll act on it. See you next time.